Hi, my name is Fallon and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm just going to give you a quick 5 tips on how to save with a low income budget or if you're low income period. Okay, this first tip is going to be called job stacking. Just like you've heard in like books like The Slight Edge and like Atomic Habits, like where you do habit stacking, things that you absolutely have to do, you add the habit onto it and you tack it onto there. I do something similar, but I do it like with like my jobs. I work at 2 different hospitals, and the hospital that I have to commute to, I would stay either later and get overtime, or if I picked up another job, it would be in the same area and I would try to book the hours the same day. I would try to literally stack them so that way I wouldn't have to run back and commute back to another area or feel like I was leaving the city right away. Number 2, this actually should have been number 1, but one thing that everybody says about budgeting and saving money, no matter what level of income you're at, is to stop the bleeding. Find out where exactly you're spending a lot of money. Now, sometimes it's going to be like mortgage. Like for me, it's my mortgage that I am in California and LA County. And so like everything is high here. I think one good thing to do is to maybe like pause something for a while. Maybe during the summer, everybody's out and you're having a lot of fun with your family. Maybe you don't need as many subscriptions to things at home, or maybe you don't need as many services maybe that you're getting delivered to the house because everybody's out and about. Make like a really good audit and kind of nitpick those things that are really causing some bleeding in the budget. But sometimes when you really need to squeeze something out of nothing, it's really hard when you're low income because say you're making less than 1,000 a month, or only making 1,500 a month, or 3,000 a month. It's very hard to see what else you can squeeze. Everyone's like, be super frugal, don't go out, don't do this, or don't do all those different things. But it's kind of hard to. But maybe if you can do like a 3 months of a squeeze of something you can go without, so that way in the next season, maybe like you kind of like pinch down a little bit before the holiday season, that makes a lot more sense than saying like, oh, you just went a whole year without going to get your hair done, or a whole year without getting your nails done. Those different things, that makes more sense to me. Number 3, side hustle, side hustle. I know everybody gets tired of hearing about side hustles, but I think one thing that you can do is you can get really creative with the side hustle. Say if you're working in fast food and you're really tired of like cooking for a bunch of people and everything being rush, rush, rush. If you're caring for someone or caregiving for someone that's maybe disabled or a child, you can still be able to meal prep and do caregiving for them, but you're not going like 60 miles an hour like how you are at like a fast food restaurant. And that same thing goes for like if you're working a desk job and you really need to add in something else while you're still kind of like in working mode, like you can be proofreading papers or doing some type of online freelancing. You're writing an article, whatever it is that you're doing that you know how to do. I would take side hustles that's only just gonna like add little increments of time, and really don't be embarrassed of doing the small jobs because they do really add up. Also, sometimes see if like your bosses at your job, say you have a boss that really likes you, see if they have some type of side work that you can do, side projects, or even doing something for them that is totally outside the box. I just don't want everyone to think that they're stuck in the rut of just doing one job and the same thing. I mean, just don't be a one-trick pony to where you only have one way of earning income. Because sometimes when you're doing these other side jobs, maybe you meet other people or you network with other individuals that can kind of lead you to a different type of career or something a little bit more higher end in the field that you're already doing, or something you didn't expect. But it takes kind of like getting yourself out there and being willing to kind of do the jobs that aren't so fun. You never know how you can learn a new skill and it be just a slight side hustle, and it can grow and maybe help you reach another goal. Okay, tip number 4 is really just about being open to different types of jobs you hear about. I know it's piggybacking off of the others. Even if it's small domestic work, sometimes you could find a way to capitalize on it and kind of help manage things, so that way you're not always doing brick and mortar work, but you're kind of helping with some management, or you're fetching leads, like just be open to all different types of work, so that way you can kind of find something that's not gonna make you have to do hours on end of work to get some side money. Okay, and this last tip is kind of like where to put the savings. If you really want to save, you're gonna have to allocate it in a different place. Like I have one side job that I do, and I take it, it only gives me about $1,000 a month, but I take it and I put it in a whole separate account, and it's different from everything that we use for like our normal expenses. Well, I know you guys saw in this little picture, this is my little jar of like little side money that I have here. I also take my spare change and I'm always putting it in the jar. Each day I empty from my purse all the change that I'm carrying on me, and it builds up over time, and then I turn it into the bank a little bit later. I do think that a lot of these cute savings challenges that you see on Pinterest or that you see other YouTubers do, I think that they work. Try and see what works for you. I mean, there's envelope challenges. I really like those. I'm no stranger to trying different ways of saving money. One bonus thing that I do want to mention is that don't be afraid to do some type of form of entrepreneurship, even if it's in like the small beginning stages. When you hit these little small savings goals, whether it be like 1,500 for emergency fund, or whether it's like about 2,500 to 5,000 to maybe get a new job certificate. These little saving milestones, they'll lead you to something bigger. And so even though we're talking about basics here, I want good things for you guys. And if someone out there is suffering, I'm really sorry that you are. Hopefully you could start with something small and it can move mountains for you later on. And I'll see you guys next time. And thank you for watching. Bye-bye.